Hey, this is Al Angelo from A Plus Racing, bringing you a video of how to get your Miata up there in the front where the trophies are. I get asked all the time, Al, how do I change the fluids on my car? Well, I'm here to tell you how to do it. So we're going to change all the fluids on this 20 race car. It's got to go to Thunderhill today. They're racing it tomorrow, so I wanted to get these done today. All right, so first thing I'm going to change the differential fluid, all right? And it's a pretty simple job to do. I've got some basic tools here I'm going to use. I always use a 15/16 6 point, okay? So I don't use the 12 point because it's really easy to round that nut off. So I use the 6 point. So make sure you got a 6 point. And then you can buy this cheap little pump here that goes on here, and then you can pump the fluid into it. And so I have those, but I have something else that I use. And then this is BG's rear differential fluid. I really liked it. The Ultra Guard full synthetic 75/90, so it's 75W90. So the 75W means it's 75 weight during the winter time and 90 during the summertime. And so I really like this, so this is what I use. Now, yes, I could have put this on here and pumped it in, but what I'm going to use is I have my own dispenser here. That makes it easy. So I just buy these and pour them in here, and then I pump it in there. So let me show you how I do this. It's very simple. So come in a little closer. So this is the drain and this is the fill. So I'm just going to go ahead and I got my 15/16. I get it on there good and square. Crack that loose. Well, try not to make too big of a mess. Hey, try not to get this on you because, man, it stinks. Maybe that's why they call it rear end fluid, but it reeks. All right, and this one's pretty dark, so we checked it earlier. You can see it's pretty black. And I got a paper towel here to just clean off my plug. If there's some of these are magnetic, so if it has a little bit of metal shavings on it, that's not a big deal. That's pretty normal. It's kind of gulping out, so I'm going to go ahead and crack this top one loose, and it should help it come out faster. We got to take this one off anyhow because this is the fill. There we go. Good idea to change your rear fluid here probably once every couple of years. If you're racing it, I do them every year. So before the season starts, I go through and I change all the fluids on all the cars. Make sure everybody's starting off with fresh fluid. So that's what this car's about. This car's been in the series so far here at the SCCA San Francisco region. He's been putting it up on the podium quite a few times this year. So we want to make sure we give him every advantage that we can so that this last race of the San Francisco region that he can put this thing up in the front. All right, that's good. Okay. So I'm putting this plug back in. I'm going to snug it down. Don't go real crazy tightening this thing. They don't normally fall out, so. But if you over tighten it, it can be hard to get out. Hard to take back off the next time. All right. And I think it holds a little less than a quart. I kind of want to get it towards, it needs to be level with this hole right here. So I would stick my finger in there and make sure that it's level. And now if it's overflowing a little bit, I'm okay with that. I mean, if it was way overfull, it'd be leaking out the vent, but a little bit overfull is not that bad. We run them like that all the time. Okay, so I'm gonna do a few pumps, and then I'm gonna just check the level, see where I'm at. and it might already be full, it's starting to run out. So we're good. I just stuck my finger in there, tilted a little bit, and it came out with fluid on it. So that's it. I'm going to tighten this one up. Okay, that's it. That's all I need. Don't go crazy over tightening those, because you'll end up making it really hard to get off in the future. Okay, that's the rear end. We're going to move the transmission. I'll be back in a minute. All right. Okay, so we're back. We're going to do the transmission now. So it's a little bit different. I still use my 15/16 6-point on the drain. And then I'm going to use a 14 millimeter. Don't use a 9/16, you'll round it off. I'm going to use a 14 millimeter for the fill plug, all right? So come on in here tight, and I'll show you what we're looking for. So we're coming in here. And on this side of the transmission, if you can see where my finger's at, there is a square bolt. That's the fill, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and crack that one loose, and you have to use the open end. I don't like using the open end, but you don't have a choice. All right, and I'm glad whoever did this the last time didn't overdo it, because when they overdo it, it's really easy to round off. They never fall out, so you don't have to crank it really hard. So this is where I would go if I was just checking, if I just wanted to check it. All right, I would take this plug out. Now it's not leaking out on the ground, so it tells me it's not overfull. And then I stick my finger in there, and I can see it. I got fluid on there, but man, it's really dark. Okay, so, and it's pretty stinky. So we're gonna go ahead and change it. So I'm gonna set my fill plug off to the side. I'm gonna grab my drain. And here's the drain right here. Okay, it looks a lot like the plug on the differential. Okay. So I'm going to drain the fluid out of this side here. And it holds about a quart also. I think if you got 2 quarts, you'd have enough to do both the rear end and the transmission. I'm just careful not to drop it in the oil pan. There we go. All right, so I see some shavings on here. If you look right here, you can see some stuff on there. That's pretty much normal. If I had a tooth of a gear in there, then I'd be worried. But that's pretty normal to see that. We got that all cleaned up. Okay. Again, I'm using the BG 7590 differential fluid transmission stick shift. This looks good. We're kind of in a hurry, so I'm not going to let it sit here and drain every last drop out. We got to get this car to the racetrack. I don't have a lot of time. There we go. I didn't want to cross thread it. Okay. And once again, we're just going to snug it down. Okay, that's good. Bring over our 7590. Like I said, you can buy those inexpensive kits. They work pretty good. I just happen to have this. I've also done it where I didn't have anything, and I used a piece of fuel line, and I ran the fuel line in the hole all the way up to the inside of the hood compartment, and then I just squirted the 90 weight into the hose. Okay, so it's not leaking out, so I know it's not overfull. Okay, I don't see any on my finger. So I'm kind of putting my finger in like this and I don't have any on there. So we got to go more. Okay, let's check that. Okay, still not on my finger. Like I said, it doesn't hurt if you go a little over full. Not yet. Okay, I got it on my finger now. I'll show you. Okay, so there's the drip. So now we are good. Put that back. I'm gonna put my plug back in. This is a pipe fitting, so the tighter that you tighten it, the less likely it is to leak. But being that it's a pipe fitting, I don't have to over tighten it. Okay, so I'm going to show you how tight I tighten them, and it's sufficient. Okay, here we go. That's it. That's all I need. All right. Next one, engine oil. We'll be right back. Okay, engine oil. So I've got some oil. I like using Wix filters. I have some oil filter wrenches just in case it's on there tighter than hand tight. And I have a 17mm wrench for the drain plug. On the oil, I already showed you that I looked for this little sign back here. Come in tight. It says SN+. That means that's the highest grade oil that money can buy at this time here in 2025. I don't care whose label it is. All right. Okay. So let's get to it. So I'm going to put my drain plug, my drain, underneath my engine pan right here. So here's my drain plug right here. So I'm going to go ahead and take this drain plug out. Get it draining. There we go. Pretty black. All right. While I've got that draining, I'm going to reach up on the side of the block, and I usually go through this hole right here and grab a hold of that oil filter, and hopefully it's hand tight. If it's not hand tight, then I'm going to use this on there to grab it and turn it off. But hopefully it's hand tight. It's supposed to be hand tight. All right, so I'm going to reach up in there. Okay, good. It's not on there really tight. A lot of threads. Okay. And I want to look to make sure the filter has the O-ring on it, that it's not stuck on the block. That's pretty crucial. And then I look up there to make sure I just see aluminum or steel on the block, that it doesn't have an extra O-ring, because that could be a disaster. All right. Okay, so I got my new filter. And I'm going to put a little bit of engine oil right here on the O-ring. Okay, that just helps make sure that it's not going to peel off of there. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and thread this back on, and it should thread on real easy. If it threads on with trouble, you don't have the right filter, you're cross-threading it. There it goes. Okay, just spin it on. And then to tighten it, we're definitely not going to use a special tool. We just want to hand tighten it. Okay. All right. That's good. And this drain plug doesn't have a magnet. We're going to put this back on. Tighten that up, and that's all I need. I don't go crazy tightening this stuff. It doesn't fall off. You just snug it down. Okay, we're done with this. All right, we're gonna lower the engine down, or lower the car down. Then all we got left to do is to fill the engine oil, and this baby's on its way to the racetrack. I don't know, what did it take me? 20 minutes, 15 minutes to change all the fluid on a Miata? So they're pretty easy. It's the easiest car ever to work on. If you bought a Miata, man, you bought a really simple car to work on. They're easy, the parts aren't that expensive, they're a lot of fun to drive. Okay, this is 5 quarts. It only takes 4. So I'm going to end up with about this much oil left in this jug, and it should be pretty full. All right, so I'm just going to pour it in here. I'm going to try to do it without spilling it all over the valve cover. This is what separates the men from the boys. Oh, I got it all over the valve cover. All right, there we go. I would have grabbed the funnel, but we're in a hurry. We're at Colfax High School, getting this car ready to go to the track. I think that's about right. So if I look in here, oh, a little bit more. Kids are waiting to put this on the trailer so it can get going. That should be good. All right. Okay. Everybody left? Can you hop in to start it up? Are the keys in there? Yeah. Battery on? Okay, so that filled up my oil filter, and we're just going to wipe this off, put it back down in there, all the way down to the very bottom till it stops. Then come back. I'm going to look at it, and it looks like it's right there. Okay, so I need to add just a hair bit more, and I think we'll have it. I always put this caps back on, even when I'm just checking, because the time that you leave it off is the time that you forget to put it back on, and you drive the car down the road and there's friggin' oil everywhere. All right, let's see where we're at. Oh yeah, there we go. So we're right up to there. So we're right up to the full mark there. So that's perfect. All right. Hope that you enjoyed that video. Got to give a shout out to Destiny that did our filming today at Colfax High School, and Bryce for starting the car. I'll see you at the racetrack. Bye now.